Hi, happy Tuesday. We're down in the office. Kanji's dancing in the background. I was doing a few rounds while I was waiting for my video to upload since that's going up in like 3¼ hours. So, it's Monday. It is the month of May. It is a new month. What have I decided for doing this week? We're actually going to be working on From Here to Table, which is my second workshop project that I did in college. I was giving it some thought, and you know, we're kind of at a stagnant place with Rose's Garden, and From Here to Table is the kind of game that I can kind of condense down into being like a 2-3 week project, and I kind of want to challenge myself in the way one would with like a game jam. I could look for game jams and just do one of those, but right now I'm thinking I want to get this kind of finalized and then put it up. Mainly because like I just think it'd be fun to revisit the project. I've mentioned it before, I'm pretty sure that I wanted to, and so I think that's gonna be our project for the month of May. It gives us something like to focus on. Yes, we're deferring from like my main game, still game development, but I just think like we're only 6 days into the month, which leaves me with 25 days to get a whole game complete, which I think is just going to be a fun challenge. I'm just watching him moving. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm saying. Jesus. We're gonna boot up GameMaker. We're gonna just like try to get like the base code in place, because I know more about coding now than when I actually did the project, and I think like I could get the main code for the game like down in the span of a day. Maybe we'll sit down and throw together a document first of like what it is we're gonna be doing, and then from there we'll move into the actual GameMaker code. But my goal is to like have this done before the end of the month and up on my itch, just so that way like I have a game. I was gonna work on my website today, but I feel like working on stuff, and I think like having the break from Rose's Garden, even though I haven't worked on it in like God knows how long, like a month, working on a different game will just be good for like a mental refresh. I've said this so much and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it, but like we're doing it now. Okay, a game. I pulled up a Google Doc to like write my notes for this in, but if I click on the doc, that just disappears. So we're gonna keep up the actual game so I can like point at things as we run through and I can showcase. I do like the screen recording, but I kind of like this better because I can literally just point to the screen and address my gripes with the game, which we already have some starting off. That's fine, but first we're gonna start with like the basic game flow and mechanics. In the game, your goal is, oh god, I don't want to listen to the music right now. Your goal is to move around, sit people at tables. Familiar faces, no? We have Alice and Harrison just chilling there, but you set them up the tables and then you create them a dish either based on vegetable ingredients or meat ingredients. It's simple, it's inspired by like early Flash games. Your goal is to seat customers, make food, and serve, clean tables, and repeat. And then at end of day, you gather ingredients for the next day. This would also be a time to do upgrades if we were going to include them. Oh my god. So people request things based on shapes and colors. And so we're just gonna fly through this here. Orange, red. This was around the time that I was like first really getting into pixel art, so there's not a lot going on. It's kind of hard to read certain things, like it all just kind of meshes together. I have an overlay issue in the top corner, as we can see. I don't know if this was the latest build I did for classes, but I think it was. Sit at the tables, please. Up in the top, you can see that you gain money, but right now there is no current use for said money. You literally just gain it as a form of points, and the only way you can tell like how close your day is to being done is by the time progression in the background and the changing from day to night icon in the corner here. So yeah, like It's not great. It was a cute project and like I was happy with it when I did it. It has like the like sweet little chibi style that I like. There's a lot of collision issues, like there's a lot that we can fix in terms of like the game having bugs. Okay, so then at the end of the day, it has a pop-up where you can choose between doing either the fighter minigame or the stealth minigame. The fighter minigame is the more complete of the two. There's a little bit of like issues. We're gonna focus on the stealth just because I never actually completed the backgrounds here. Each one, if you pop up, there's a little like help window that explains to you like what you should be doing. In the fighting minigame, this does not align correctly at all. If you're like off to the side, it will also be off to the side. Like the help button doesn't move with you. It's a mess. I do like the fact that these are like crayon doodles because you are playing as like a little small child, and so for my brain at the time, super cute. Not super helpful in terms of figuring out what to do. Like it says like, you know, move to the stall, click, move between them, move while they're sleeping, don't get caught. So like the basic information is there. Yeah, and that's what I mean, like this up here will move but not with the actual screen because it's drawn in the wrong space. There are no consequences either currently. Like if I get caught in this minigame, I just get sent to the next day. Yeah, so it just flips you between. Pause again. So adding consequences would be, that's my drawing tablet pen. Adding consequences would be good. As well as an ending would be nice. I'd like to like work in like a few endings because right now it's supposed to be like, what the original idea was, you would get an ending depending on if you serve more meat or more vegetable products, as well as just if you did a balance between them, like that would affect how your ending outcome would be. I'm gonna move this back a bit. Wow, that's so much better. That's such a better angle. Okay, so adding consequences and an ending would be something that I would like to tackle with this. What else? Obviously, I would like to update the art. That is an art matter. We're gonna just update everything. Music, obviously, and sound effects also need some updating. I don't have that playing right now just because it's very repetitive. I think it's like a 30-second loop that just plays for the entire time span that you're playing. And the story needs to be revisited and fleshed out. Obviously, I'd love to update the UI just to make things a little bit cleaner, make them read better. And I think a start menu with some saving would be a good idea. But that will be after we get the main game flow. So the gathering ingredients is the fighting plus stealth. Okay, let's speed through the day here. There we go. Okay, and so then this one, again, beautiful, beautiful crayon-esque art. You fight the vegetables, you have a health bar up top, the health doesn't move. The clover here is a power-up that lets you fire in both directions. There's just a lot of like bugginess with this where it's like the collisions aren't set up properly. Things fall in kind of like a janky-esque manner. There's just, oh Lord. Things can spawn on top of you, like it's a mess. It's not impossible, mind you, it's just not the most efficient for playing through a minigame. The only way you can tell if you have the clover power up is like by leaves appearing on your item bar there. And then yeah, once you're done, it gets sent back. and you just repeat through. That's not a pause. There we go. All the menus overlap. We'll tidy up some bugs, we'll tidy up the code, but right now, like, first thing we're gonna get into is obviously just getting that main game flow things here. So for our main game flow, we need to gen customers and then gen order once seated. The making the food and serving will lead to a happy or not outcome. And then clean tables repeat. It's just repeating that loop. So that's easy enough to put together. I just need to set up like walking and then creating that line. I'm wondering, since I have to do the generating customers, I'm not quite sure how I do it in the code. Like, I can probably peek back in and revisit it, but I'd imagine for the generating customers, we can just make a list of objects. And then if the position in the list is 0, just allow them to be seated. And then we'll just delete instance from list. So yeah, like, I could probably crack out that code in like the span of an hour or 2. We'll see. We'll pop up in Game Maker and probably do like a time lapse of some sort. Sorry, we're breaking the time lapse here because I was peeking at the code to see what the fuck I did for generating customers, and like, I don't know what I did. Like, this is... I get that there's like the special customer gen. I did not mean to highlight that line. But like, I get that, but this is the part that's like giving me a headache. So I'm just gonna say, like, we're not going to use the old line generation code because that is horrendous and I hate it. So we're gonna start it from scratch and just redo that. Yeah. Okay, I'm done for the day. Spent 2 hours? I'm more so done. I might come back and revisit it. I just want to go like eat and check if my mail's here. But where are we at with this right now? So currently, cool, it's on my laptop screen here. So currently we have it where the customers will generate an order. You can select tables, you can select customers, and they will sit. It's great. I have the food at the bottom. I have to do the code for that, and I have to do the order generation, then table patience, which I might revisit a little bit later. I spent more time learning about shaders today than I was planning on, and I still want to learn more because I want to be able to change the alpha on those as well as the color of it. So that's something that I'm gonna revisit just to like get that adjusted. But yeah, like we have a solid start. You can only select the first being in the line here. Right now, Rue's movement has nothing to do with stuff, and I'm thinking what I might do now is before I had it where you had to move around yourself as the player, but I'm thinking I want to change it where whatever point you click on, your player will travel to. So you'll instead have like Rue go up if it's like to the mouse, go over and down as need be, and just kind of move around that way. I'm gonna have to do path thing for her, which like I don't totally love. It'll be better, I think, just in terms of flow, because it's a little awkward with the arrow key movement, I find at least. So we'll get that in, and you'll just move towards the points you click. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's just a matter of pushing forwards and just having complete confidence and not looking back. Okay, I will see you all whenever. I think if I have mail, I'll do my mail opening. The urge I just had to just pick this up and be like, we just got a letter, we just got a letter, we just got a letter, wonder who it's from, yeah. You know, like that, like Blue's Clues is my mood apparently right now, but like, I kind of fixed the board. Peach isn't hidden anymore, I just have to like adjust and place things so they don't move, but that is a later problem. Right now, I have a package. And in this package, we have the fucking HDMI splitters, so I should be able to hook up everything now. Yeah. Obviously, there's more in the box. I have more syrup. I finally have blood orange syrup. I am so content with life right now. This is what I'm drinking for the rest of the week. I'm like basically out of my pops, and like I'm in an orange mood, and like blood orange just hits different than regular orange. I think I made a joke about that earlier, but like you know, one thing I'm realizing with this is the fact that it's an HDMI output, meaning to test this bad boy, I need 2 HDMI cords, which I don't have. That's a lie. I do. Hold on. I do not have 2 HDMIs. I forgot that this connects specifically to the PS2. I was hopeful, and then I was denied. The saga of hooking up everything to the Switch will continue. I need to get cords. I'm just gonna put it away for now. Yeah. Just tuck it away. See, it's a little down there, but it'll be the mastermind. Probably have to inch forward. Ignore the desk falling apart. It'll connect. It'll be magical. It's gonna sit there for now though, because I have no way to actually use it. Yay. Happy Friday. I'm working on art. I know I said I'd finish code this week, but it's just been like a rough week. Last 2 days I've done nothing, so just trying to get back into the groove. Char's here.
Ooh, hello. This is bad angle. They can't hear me probably.
No, they can't. I don't have headphones in. But there's current state rhubarb. She's just chilling, living her best life. I'm gonna animate her to have like a little idle walk and probably a food carrying sprite. But I think it's cute for the game. Do I have to design everything else around her now? Yes, but at least I have a rough idea of the style I'm going for with the art. So it's definitely gonna be like small chibi stuff still, but honestly I might design the tables and food before I move on to doing her animations. Customers I don't want to touch yet, but like this, I'll do and get sorted out. And probably screen record for that. So there's footage for today. Yeah. I have gyoza, so I'm happy, I'm content. I'm waiting for my water to get cold. I'm already like halfway through the bottle of orange syrup. It's great. It's fantastic. Char, say bye.
Bye.
End of segment. Okay, so I have like my little list here of like things I need to go in and do that I could think of now. Like, obviously, it's not everything, it's just those are my ending notes for today because I'm going for a lay down. I feel like I say this a lot whenever I sit down to do game stuff lately, but this is where we're at with it currently. We have a bit more in terms of visual. I don't love it. Obviously, we're just gonna mess around and come up with something that I do like. But for now, like, Rue looks cute. The veggie girls look cute. I gotta do the rest of them. I just took the old food sprites because I liked how they look, and I don't really feel the need to change them. I might later, just because, like, they don't totally fit with the style, and I draw food differently now, but we'll see how that is. I don't like the tables, but they're placeholders for now. And it should be enough that we should be able to kind of just move on with this, at least for coding. And then when I get more roadblocks, I'll just take breaks and like add things to the background and try to shape this out. So I think the method we're going with right now is complete the dining room first, then we'll do one mini game, complete that fully, and then do the second one, complete it fully. And whatever state it's in when I finish, quote unquote, is what it's going to be going up as on itch. I might do like one little push afterwards with any fixes I make, or if there's any like bugs that get reported. But like for now, the goal is just complete the dining room, then we'll probably do the shooting minigame, and then we'll save the stealth for last because that one's the one that I have the least amount of ideas for. Happy Saturday, we survived another week. Axel's down here with us. This week was a clusterfuck. There's no nice way to put it. I did some coding, I did some art. I feel absolutely hopeless, which sucks to admit, but also I think is like an important thing to admit. When it comes to the whole game design process, a lot of times, like, you'll feel like you're not making progress and you'll kind of beat yourself up for that. And that's something that we just face and we go through as developers. Like, the people that care most about their jobs are often the ones that struggle with like the sense of imposter syndrome. And like, that's what I'm gonna keep telling myself because I'm just kind of here like, I'm not a game developer. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still learning and like I'm faking it until I can make it. But at the same time, it's like that's such a frustrating process, and like I'm so tired. I'm taking next week off. I'm not gonna do any recording. I've been having trouble like with just waking up this week and like energies and just being okay. And I'm gonna just take the time next week to focus on that and kind of prioritize myself over the videos. I don't love the fact that I'm taking a break because in my mind it's like, okay, well, if you step away from this, like who's to say you're gonna come back? And my goal is to come back and like to keep myself accountable with this. I've taken breaks before. It's just, I've never been this tired. And so it's like, I just started this challenge. I just put all this out here of like, I'm going to do something with this. I'm going to move forward. And forcing myself into a new project just isn't seeming to be my move. I still want to get the From Yard to Table done. And whenever I'm back, we'll get back into it. I'm gonna see about renaming the series from my dev life, because even though it's my life as a developer, I don't do a lot of development in these, and I don't feel like it's a fair title, and I feel like it misleads people a little bit, because while I do make games, it's not been a focus, and like I need to figure out a better balance for like getting that more involved in my week, because like I want this to be my job. I want this to be what I'm putting my energy, my passion, my creativity into. This has been the goal. This is why I'm here. And I can't. And like, everyone struggles with their own projects. We're our own worst critics. It's just, I'm so tired of trying to hype myself up and get through these videos where it's just like, I need the week. I don't even do that much and I'm tired. We're gonna take the week off. I'm gonna post any updates to my community tab, my Blue Sky, and my Instagram story if I'm going to be taking another week after that. If I end up taking the second week, then the next video will be coming up like the first Tuesday in June. Whenever that is, I'm not sure of the date, but if I end up needing the rest of the month of May, then that'll be when the video comes up, and then we'll just move the From Yard to Table to being a June project. Cause yeah, like I need to get my health and that sorted and just get myself back to a mental point where I can stand on solid enough ground to get through projects and not be dragging myself in circles or dreading coming down to work on something that I love doing. Like, I hate game design right now. It's gotten to this point where like I can't even stand to look at my own work because I'm in my brain, I'm not doing enough. And I know that I could be doing so much more. And so I've created like this really unhealthy like work relationship with something where I'm my own boss. I set my hours. I create my workflow. I decide what I do every day. And I'm here like, I can't do this. And it's like, I have all of the control. I have all of this liberty to like be my own boss, and I can't even do that right now. And so yeah, it's like, take a break, refresh, we'll try again, and just hopefully we get somewhere with this, because like I'd hate to see this channel, my games just all end up dying because there's just nothing left to give it, to keep it going. I want this to keep running. And like, I'm really gonna push myself for that. I need to get stronger. And this is probably like something I shouldn't be posting on the internet and is incredibly vulnerable and will probably come back to haunt me in like 5 years. And I hope that like somewhere out there, someone can relate to just like this feeling of being so hopeless when it comes to games. And like, I'm saying this for me, I'm saying this for anyone that needs to hear it. It does get better. We'll have our ups, we'll have our downs. It's just about working with what you're given and making the best of it as what you can. And so we're gonna keep going with the punches. We're gonna take this, we're gonna take the good with the bad, and we're going to make the best out of it. And I'm gonna take my break, and we're gonna get back into things, and we're gonna try so hard to push. Because I refuse to give up on this dream. I want this to be my reality, and I want to put my everything into it. So I hope you all will have patience for this rough patch. Yeah, thank you all so much for following along with my development journey, whether it's in my own personal life, growing as a developer, or with the actual development of my games. I promise we'll get back to those soon enough. It means the most to me that you guys still watch these videos and you've continued to follow along. Seeing the subscriber count increase slowly, getting the comments, it makes my day. Just knowing that even though I feel like I'm doing nothing, it's interesting enough that people want to check back in every Tuesday. And so thank you all so much for just being here with me and being part of this, because this is a massive chapter in my life and I'm happy to be sharing it with you all. And I want to keep doing my best and pushing myself, and hopefully one day get Rose's Garden out there, get From Yard to Table out there, any other game that I may end up creating. Games don't get made overnight, and it's a slow process, and I'm gonna keep reminding myself that. And I just ask that you all continue to watch along with these videos. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you all next time. Take care.
Hey Shar, did you know your entire life is a lie and it's actually called Stripe Zero?